have a foundation.
What pastor teaching us
Because they came with a different doctrine.
so
So you're trying to preach. And they don't understand. They feel like Musumba, you would have preached. Some don't even fear. They even come to your church, your office, and say, Musumba, what do you
but has been preaching.
want?
But here, if you had gone deeper here, Pastor, the gospel would have been powerful.
But I'm the pastor of the ministry.
In some ways, or small ways.
I may be preaching the truth.
So, but
what the devil knows, it is not in line to what I know. And when you discover who is telling you, they wandering sheep.
They have just come to join ministry.
And they don't know you. So they will destroy you. So to help them, prune them by force. If they are not pruned, they are the people you're going to begin following up. And then they will not come back. Because they are not going to yield to your voice, because you have never been their shepherd. They were only taking a cover under your anointing. But to say they run from the fire. They think you're going to buy some for them being under your ministry. It's not that they're going to honor you as a pastor. They are shepherd and the spirit of father. They are taking refuge. But those people will never be loyal to the ministry. So if you never prune them, they are the people you will fall up, and they will never come. So what is the issue? The issue is not following up. The issue is discipleship.
Praise to Jesus.
Is there another understanding something? The true shepherd does not look for the sheep or does fall up. Now that is a very hard statement. But please, I have already vindicated myself. That fall up is important. Even our Lord Jesus told us. But when it comes to John chapter 10, let's go. Verses 1. He himself disqualifies the lower truth. He says now this is the core. John chapter 10. This is the core. He said, very, very, I say unto you, he that enters not by the door or into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief. The difference between a true shepherd and the false one. Next verse. And he says, but he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. We're reading up to 10. To him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice, and he called his own sheep by name. And now look at that. It says that when they open for the shepherd the door, the scripture says the sheep themselves hear the voice, and they can easily understand. So who follows the other? Is it the shepherd following the sheep, or the sheep following the shepherd? Now this is a higher truth. That you as a shepherd, you must be followed by the sheep. If you avoid the fall up, because time comes where fall up becomes hatred. It even makes you become a bit removed from the core. Pastors, don't get me wrong. I have explained that fall up is good. Even me, I still do fall up. But I have questioned, whom am I following? Are these my personal disciples? All these are people who have brought confusion. Somebody just comes up and you're following up because you love them. But it's not in your core. He said the sheep hear his voice, and he called his own sheep by name. So what is the responsibility of the shepherd? You must know your sheep by name. Default. And you should lead them out. Now you see, you should lead them. Lead them out. Meaning that I must take them. And what is the lead? Discipleship. You must be an example to the sheep. So that even if you didn't call them, but they had you talking. Even before you finish a sentence, they know what you're supposed to say. If you're calling for an overnight, your true sheep will not even ask. I always told people in my ministry, when we talk about the programs of the church, we are not supposed to follow you up ministers. When we announce and say we have a fasting for 3 days or an overnight, it should be you, the ministers, who are supposed to pester the pastor. I heard you talked about. What are we taking? Those are the people who are hungry. They own and take responsibility of you as a shepherd.